Hi guys, Robbo46 here, welcome yourselves back to MotoGP 18 on the Xbox One X. Let's continue with our Dovizioso career. We are going on to the next round, which is at the Red Bull Ring. We've got to make sure that the weather is on random. Okay, let's go then. Let's go racing. Come on. So, currently down in 11th place. So, what kind of lap time can we do? Through turn 1. Oh, hit the curb. That slows us down a bit because we pulled a bit of a wheelie. Pedrosa, who is just ahead of us. Past him we go. Hopefully he won't interfere with us too much. The key areas we need to look out for the AI in the race is here. Coming out of here, they're pretty strong as well. Pretty good at accelerating. And the next corner as well, they are really, really bad at dive bombing into this corner. So you can go in, take your line, like hit, and then they'll just like hit you really wide because they all go in way too hot. A lot of them end up actually off track. So we're going to have to go careful there, because if we're leading into that corner and we haven't got much of an advantage, then we could potentially lose about 5-6 positions just from them all dive bombing and pushing me even wider than they go. So I've had that happen loads of times before. Then we go to Silverstone after this race. And then we got two very difficult races, which are Mazzano and Aragon. Okay, so the run to the line. That's pole position for now, but will it stick?
Let's have a look at the time.
It did stick. Pole position for us by 0.4 of a second from Marquez in second. And obviously Marquez is our main championship rival at the moment.
Here we are live from the MotoGP class starting grid, where riders and engineers are talking over the last few details before the start of the race.
Certainly are. So we've got to do this. We've got, I think this is 9 laps, I think, usually. Oh, we're about to find out. Pretty sure it's 9 laps. Let's find out when we set off. Here we go. Yeah, 9 laps. Wasn't the best of starts, actually. Kind of hesitated pulling the clutch out. So we are going into turn 1 in the lead. Okay, well, so far so good. Obviously, in my my own rider's career mode, I actually never came around here on a factory Ducati. So, you know, it's behaving itself. It feels pretty good. We know that Ducatis are strong around here anyway, because obviously last year you had that big battle between Jorge Lorenzo and Marquez. Season before you had Dovizioso and Marquez, and then the season before that you had Dovizioso and Iannone. So yeah, the Ducatis go really well around here. So we should, in theory, be pretty strong around here. I am quite surprised that no one has dive bombed us yet. So we're looking good at the moment. Just gotta keep it going. But it's looking quite promising so far. This is just the end of the first lap. Can't see any arrows or anything at the moment. Alright. Well, I wasn't expecting just to be able to basically just piss off. That was one of the danger corners I was on about. In the past we've had incidents there with multiple riders, as we have at this next corner as well, but they're nowhere near me. They are not close enough. I've gone wide anyway. See, if they were closer they would have all just like barged into me, barged me off track, and we would have lost a lot of positions. But, you know, we're out in front and they're not able to stay with Dovizioso. We are just pulling away. So, I mean, if we can build up a big enough gap. I know that tyres come into play at this track. So we definitely need to be wary of that. Whether we just try and go as quick as we can and build up that lead. So that when they do wear out towards the end of the race, we've got quite a nice buffer. And then we can just kind of, you know, slow the pace a little bit so that we don't have to worry about crashing or anything. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Just keep pushing. We've got a nice gap. Don't know what the gap is. Obviously all that is turned off. Usually it does tell you along some part of the screen where it is. But it also tells you about the overtakes as well, which comes up at a stupid place on the screen, especially when you're going around a right-hander. It basically gets right in the way. So kind of too much information on the screen. Yeah, we're doing good. Like I said, we got Silverstone coming up next, which is sometimes quite a difficult race, sometimes an okay race. We've had some crashes there. Then after that we go to Misano and Aragon, and they are two of my weakest tracks. Even though I like Misano, but the AI on this game are like really, really quick around Misano. So we're going to have to go careful around there. Aragon, yeah, I don't really like Aragon anyway. It's not one of my favourite tracks. I wouldn't miss it if they decided to get rid of it off the MotoGP calendar. That and Valencia, I would be very happy if they got rid of Valencia. I hate that track. And of course we have got like the likes of Phillip Island, Motegi, Sepang, and obviously, oh, where am I going? Valencia as well. Not in that particular order, I don't think. But yeah, Phillip Island I like, Sepang I like, Motegi I don't like, and Valencia I don't like. So, I mean, if we can capitalise on our point situation on the tracks where I know I can go well, then I think we should be absolutely fine in grabbing Dovizioso that MotoGP World title. Still got this race to do. Oh, almost touched the grass in my rear then. This has not been a good lap. I'm all over the place. So it wouldn't surprise me if they catch back up a little bit, but I mean, such as our lead, it doesn't appear they're going to be anywhere near still. But yeah, looking forward to the Silverstone race. Obviously that race did not happen last year due to the weather and the fact that even though the track had been relayed and a new surface was put down, they didn't bother checking the drainage of the track. So when it did rain, the water just stayed on top of the track, and yeah, obviously very dangerous. Riders aquaplaning and all over the place and that. So yeah, they had to cancel it. Hopefully that won't happen this year, although I'm not actually going to Silverstone this year, unfortunately. But that is because we're taking a year off, because next year we're going to be going to Mugello. So that is our plans. Still be going to Thruxton this year for British Superbikes. But yeah, not going to be doing Silverstone for MotoGP. It'll be the first time in 11, 12 years that... No, it'll be even longer than that. What year are we in? 2019. So it will be... Just trying to think. Yeah, the first time in 14 years that I have watched the British Grand Prix for MotoGP live on a TV. Because usually, ever since 2005, our first year, I think it's 2005, 2004, 2005. Can't remember. I think it's 2005. Yeah, that was the first time we went to a MotoGP at Donington, pissing down with rain. So yeah, first time in a very long time that I'll be watching it on TV instead of actually being at the track itself. But then, like I said, yeah, next year we're going to Mugello. So really looking forward to that. Yeah, Thruxton as well for British Superbikes. We haven't done World Superbikes for a few years now. I mean, we kind of stopped going. I mean, we stopped going mainly because when they done that whole situation of, okay, well, we're not going to do 2 races on a Sunday now. We're going to do 1 race on Saturday and 1 race on Sunday. Which, I mean, it didn't really make much odds to us because we were there for qualifying anyway. But, like, the whole atmosphere was kind of like, I don't know, it just wasn't really there. And less people were turning up because they were put off by the fact that, I mean, a lot of people tend to just go for just the Sunday, the race day. And obviously, if they do that, then they're actually missing out on one of the Superbike races, which was on the Saturday, and then one on the Sunday. Obviously, now they've kind of changed the format again. So you still get a race on the Saturday, but then you get 2 on the Sunday, one being the Superpole race, which is a sprint race, and that one counts towards the grid for the second full race. And then obviously you have the second full race a bit later on, which is technically race 3, but they call it race 2 because race 2 is actually the Superpole race. But yeah, that is what they're doing now. So I kind of guess that it is, you know, you are definitely getting your money's worth now. You're still getting 2 races on the Sunday, albeit one of them being much shorter. But then if you're there for the Saturday as well, then you got the bonus of having a race on the Saturday as well. But yeah, so not going to Donington for World Superbikes this year. It is literally just Thruxton for us this year. But it's fine. So we're coming to the end of lap number 7. 7 of 9. So we're going to come round to start the penultimate lap. So yeah, I did mention something on my Monster Energy Supercross 2 video, which I put out yesterday. Now I know some of you may have not watched that because that's not your thing, which is absolutely fine. But I was just speaking about MotoGP 19 briefly, and this whole kind of situation they got going on with getting players to go over to Italy to Milestone's HQ to test the game. So, just trying to think at the top of my head, I think it's like 10 or 15 people get to go to Milestone headquarters to test the game. And they're also getting some YouTubers as well. And that's one thing I was kind of touching on yesterday, was the whole YouTuber aspect of it. And whether they're actually going to ask people who play their games, and actually, you know, their channel is based on bike games altogether, or if they're going to go for people with bigger numbers but don't play their games at all. A bit like what they done with the Monster Energy Supercross 2 track editor challenge they done for the YouTubers, which I never actually saw the result of that. They kind of announced that they were doing it, and then that was it. They didn't say any more than that. But they basically got people that play car games on YouTube to do that for their Supercross game, which I thought was really weird. Like, they had never played those games before, so it's going to be frustrating if they do that again and just pick people that have never played a MotoGP game in their life to go and test the game, because they won't have a clue what they're doing. They won't know what to look for. They'll just be happy to have a free holiday over to Italy to play a game that's not out yet. And then they will probably, when the game comes out, they will never play it on their channel at all. So to me, that's just pointless, getting people that never play the game to go and test the game. It's like if someone said to me to go and bloody, I don't know, just trying to think of a game I don't play. It's quite a lot I don't play, actually. If someone like asked me as a YouTuber to go and, I don't know, test. It's like the creators of Madden getting in contact with me and asking me to test their game, going, hey, you're a YouTuber, how about you come and test Madden? It's a game that I've never played before, a game that I'm not particularly interested in either. So to me that would just be pointless. But yeah, it would be nice if they picked me, because obviously my channel is pretty much just purely made up of their games anyway. And I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these sorts of games. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So, fingers crossed, but I've not heard anything yet. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But I can see myself being quite frustrated if they pick people that never play their games. Anyway, we won that race. We won it from Marquez in second place. So, good for us. We extend our lead over Marquez by another 5 points. That is good news altogether. Petrucci got third. Nice. So there we go. Not quite a whole race win's worth yet, but we're just building it back up after that DNF at Brno.
Here we are for the podium ceremony. It's a weekend where everyone gave their all. But today, these riders have shown that they had a little bit extra in the locker. The crowd is going wild. And finally,
hopefully we'll have more animations for the podium as well, rather than just the one. Okay, so the next race, we are going to Silverstone. So let's get on with it. 7 laps. Okay, so qualifying at the moment. This is going to be my first lap. I know something I forgot to do as well. I forgot to bloody put the weather on random again. It's so annoying that it keeps resetting after every race. So it will be a dry race, unfortunately. I need to remember to keep changing it to random. I remember like when I do the first race and then completely forget when I do the second race. Well, anyway. Let's see what kind of lap time we can do. The Ducati is feeling good around here. Okay, through Vale. Okay. So I think we're doing alright at the moment. I have no idea what kind of lap time this is going to be, mind. No one has set a benchmarker yet either. So our lap will be the benchmarker. Just got to keep it going. I've got someone behind me. They're not that close, but they are close enough that I know they're there. Just got to keep it going. Oh, get off the curb. That was almost a crash. Right, come on. This has felt like a pretty decent lap so far. 155.3. Is that enough?
that's the end of the
That was enough.
last qualifying
We've
session.
got pole position
Finally see the grid
from
position
Rossi in
awaited
second and
as
Marquez in
we go
third.
Now moving now to the starting grid, where the MotoGP riders are ready to start the race. Tension is sky high, but these guys are seasoned pros, able to withstand any kind of pressure.
Okay.
The riders are on the Silverstone starting grid and are ready to face one of the most demanding Grand Prix of the whole year.
Alright, let's see what we can do. 7 laps around here. Usually they get a decent start here as well, so we need a pretty good start. Here we go. Oh, we didn't quite get the jump. Wheelie as well. Oh no, we've lost the lead. Try and hold it wide. Oh, yeah, we're back in the lead. So that worked. Wasn't expecting that to, but it did. Through Maggots and Beckett's. And we are staying in the lead for now. Gonna have to try and use that Ducati power getting out of here. Try not to spin the rear too much. Wow. It's worked so far. So we are leading here at Silverstone. But we've got a little problem coming up in the chicane because the AI are pretty good on the brakes into there. And again, it's another place they can quite easily dive bomb you if you're not careful. Oh, spinning up that rear. That was in third gear as well. There's Rossi in second place. Try and keep it together. Come on. Oh, that almost went badly wrong, and we're on the grass. Okay. Wow, okay, that was a massive, massive moment. I always get a bit sketchy when I touch that inside curb through that little left-hand kink, because it does really unsettle the bike, and that's what happened. So that is not what we want to do. And I've kind of lost myself a bit. Just trying to get back in the groove. Rossi is leading. We're in second. Or should I say Dovizioso is in second. I mean, the main thing is that Marquez is still behind us. So that's a bonus. We've got to try and get Rossi if we can. Oh, get off that curb. Tell you what, we're going to have a couple of people for company, one of them being Cal Crutchlow. It's his home race, of course. Oh, what am I doing? All over the place still. Keep taking corners too tight. There's Crutchlow. He's trying to come past. He's got Miller there as well. Well, this hasn't been a very good second lap, has it? Don't touch that inside curb. That was better. That was much better. Right, can we hunt down Rossi? At the moment, that gap is kind of stabilised, but we didn't have a very good second lap, so let's hope that lap 3 is a bit better. I mean, he's there, but we are nowhere near close enough to mount an attack at the moment. But I'll try and get back on par with him, see if we can eventually get up to him and have a go. That wasn't a good exit, spun up the rear a little bit too much. Okay, well, we've pulled away from third place, so that's good. We haven't got to worry about that. We can just focus on what's in front of us. Into the chicane. Yeah, just spinning up that rear a little bit too much. It looks like he's pulled away again. I mean, this corner and the next corner we will close that gap back down, but it's not going to be a huge amount. Almost touch that inside curb again. It's a fine line trying to get that decent apex and hitting that inside curb. I'm a bit paranoid about that curb now. Looks like we've closed in a little bit. It looks visibly closer. We are definitely closing in on Rossi. But are we closing in enough? We're on lap 4 of 7. Too hot into that. That was a better exit. That was a much better exit. Tell you what, I'm pushing, but we don't seem to be making that much progress. Because we'll get to the chicane and he will be better than us through the chicane and the next couple of corners. So I expect him to pull away again. So we definitely close up. But yeah, he will pull away through her. That was a bit better from me. Come on. Tyres are not actually feeling that great either. But we're almost with him. So we're definitely closing him down. Through here. That was fine. Huge lead over third place. Okay, we're almost on the back of him. Almost, but not quite. We're definitely closing him down. Oh, that was good through there. Come on. Don't know whereabouts we'd be able to get him. Wasn't the best of exits that. Not going to be close enough to pick up any slipstream this lap. Oh, that rear is spinning up. Definitely hitting some kind of tyre troubles already. Come on. Right, through this next left we should be able to gain quite a bit of ground. We're on him. Ooh, touch that inside curb. That was a bit dodgy. We're slipstreaming. Come on. Not quite. I didn't do it there. I'll just end up running off track. See, if we're close enough on the last lap, we could shove it on the inside through here. Here we go, here we go. Here's a good run. Okay, time to start lap 6. Again, around the outside is not going to work. Rear is really starting to let go. That is not good. Slipstream again. Can we get him before we get on the brakes? Get him on the brakes. Here we go. Into the lead we go. Oh, we're going a bit wide. A little bit wide yet. Rossi's back through on the inside. And he'll definitely have the advantage going into here. Oh, he's gone in a bit too deep there. That's going to mess up his line. Can we sneak through on the inside? No. Not quite, but we're on him. We are on him. Ooh. Okay. Right, this next corner, this is where we're going to do it. Come on. Around the outside. Hard on the brakes. No, he's sticking it around the outside. And he left it there. And he's through. Okay. Oh. That was almost too much inside curb again. Right, come on. Oh, too hot, too hot. Oh, but we can cut that back. Can we get the run? No. We've got one more lap to go. Can we get in front of Rossi and stay there? Or will he win? Rear tyre not good. Here we go. Oh, almost went straight into the back of him. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This hasn't been the best of the start of our final lap. Can we pick up slipstream? We should be able to pick up a little bit. Not close enough to outbrake him though. Not unless I want to go seriously wide. Come on, Dovi. Oh, I was expecting him to go in a bit too hot again, but he didn't. Oh, spinning up that rear, stop it. Nah, I think our rear tyre's given up the ghost. Onto full traction control for the last part. I don't know if it's going to help though, it might be a little bit too late for that. But the rear is definitely letting go. Maybe I should have put the traction control up last lap. And still even letting go now. I think that's it. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything with Rossi here. Couldn't get him. And when I did, he got us straight back. So we're going to finish in second place. Valentino Rossi's going to win. We're going to get second place. I have no idea who's in third. But we are going to find out very, very soon. But we did finish ahead of Marquez. So we will extend our lead over Marquez, which is going to be another bonus. I have no idea whereabouts he finished. But again, we will find out very, very soon. Here we go. So Crutchlow gets on the podium in third. Marquez finished down in sixth. Rossi was doing faster laps than me. And Marquez set the fastest lap of the race. So that's why we couldn't actually get through on Rossi. He was doing faster lap times, although obviously he would have dropped off a little bit, hence why we caught him. Wow. There we go. But that is going to help us out in the championship and help Dovi out trying to get that MotoGP World Championship. That was a tough race. There we go. Decent lead over Marquez now. Rossi's moved up to third. Crutchlow's moved up to ninth. Nice lead over Yamaha in the Constructors' title as well. And a decent one over the Movistar Yamaha MotoGP team in the Team Championship. That was a very tough race. It was almost over before it began on lap 1 when I had that massive moment.
And they deserve to celebrate. The level of the championship is only getting better. Consistent results seem to be the secret to a good season.
Okay, there we go, guys. The next race then is going to be at Misano. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content. And I shall see you guys in the next video. See you.